Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, welcome to AMW Football. So the Champions League draw has happened, has been made, and we as an Arsenal fan, I am as an Arsenal fan, we found out our path to the Champions League final, road to the final, and you can see it on the screen. It's an unbelievable draw. Arsenal will face the first leg is going to be away. We will travel to Germany to face Bayer Leverkusen. Unbelievable. That's what I wanted to see when we first who we will get when they faced their playoff games between Atlanta and Leverkusen. I said I want to face Leverkusen because I don't want to see a German tie. If we didn't get Leverkusen, then Bayern Munich would get Leverkusen. Then I'm not interested in all German team at this stage. So yeah, it's a really interesting games, and we're going to react to it. But make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. So yeah, Arsenal will face Bayer Leverkusen. The first leg will be played away, and the second leg obviously will be at the Emirates. So I am really delighted with this draw, and you can see it the bracket that we are on it, and it's a really interesting, really interesting. Some people say it's an easy Arsenal got lucky. No, we earned that. We earned that by winning our 8 games in the Champions League. And 8 games in the Champions League, we beat Bayern Munich, we beat Atletico Madrid, we beat Inter Milan. So we earned our way to have an easy run in the Champions League, and potentially we can. And if we beat Bayer Leverkusen, obviously we will go on to face at the quarterfinal either Bodo Glimt or Sporting. That would be interesting. If Sporting beat Bodo Glimt, then it will be Victor Gyökeres going back to the old club. That will be some interesting thing. In last season, we obviously battered Sporting when Victor Gyökeres was their player. So now he is our player. So that will be interesting. The other games that we potentially go face is either Tottenham, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, or Newcastle in the semi-final, which is a massive boost for us. We have a lot of games. We are still in the FA Cup. We are challenging to win the Premier League. We are at the Carabao Cup final, so that's really interesting, really interesting draw for us, and I'm so happy that we got this win. We obviously earned that by winning our 8 games. That happens when you win your 8 games at the group stage. You get an easy, favorable ties, and that's what we got. We earned that by beating big teams. So yeah, Barcelona versus Arsenal in the semi-final is going to be an interesting, and Barcelona versus Newcastle, and if they win their game, they will be facing either Spursy or Atletico Madrid, and obviously Spursy will be out. Atletico Madrid will be too much for them, the way that Atletico Madrid are playing. So yeah, quarterfinal, I think it will be Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, and the semi-finals will be Barcelona versus Arsenal in 2006 final. We remember that. It still haunts us. We will see what happens on that game. I'm not looking at too far. So yeah, it's a really interesting time for Arsenal. To be honest, as an Arsenal fan, I'm happy. And the other games at the other bracket, you can see it to my screen. PSG, Chelsea, Galatasaray, Liverpool. If they win their games, then it will be again PSG, Liverpool. So the one game that I is really interesting. One tie is Real Madrid will face Manchester City. The winner will face Bayern Munich or Atlanta. And obviously, Bayern Munich is too much. They have a lot of quality players. They have a really great squad. I think they will beat Atlanta, and they will face either Real Madrid or Manchester City. Wow, that's an amazing, that's a really hard tie. If somehow they go to the semifinal, they will face either Liverpool or PSG, the current holder, which is another massive game. So this side of the bracket is really tough. We have to be no games in easy in the Champions League, especially in the knockout stages. But looking at this bracket, this side of the bracket is really tough. You have PSG, Liverpool, City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. So 5 big teams. So obviously Chelsea won it previously. PSG, Liverpool, City, Bayern, and Real Madrid. So it's really tough. It's really tough on this side, and I can see potentially also go all the way. We can face. I think it will be Arsenal versus Bayern in the final. I really genuinely do think because of their squads. Because we have a really amazing squad, and Bayern Munich have an incredible squad, and we are the two best teams in Europe currently. So I really think that it will be Bayern Munich versus Arsenal the final. And in my opinion, who I want to see if we get through all the way to the final, who I want to see face at the final, I say Real Madrid. I genuinely say I want to see Arsenal versus Real Madrid in the final. Because that will be a light. It's not going to be a light work, but it's going to be an absolutely interesting game. Because I know Real Madrid's weaknesses and his strength, but they don't know ours. Because at the January, obviously Real Madrid also didn't sign anyone, but they have a lot of injuries. They have. They don't know. They have a new manager and Albaloa who's doing fantastic. But the way that I saw them playing against Benfica and La Liga games, they're wonderful. They're really genuinely wonderful. And if Arsenal get to the final and face Real Madrid, I'll be happy, more than happy. Bring it on, son. So I'm really interested for that tie. If it happen eventually, it could possibly be an El Clasico. It possibly be Bayern versus Barcelona. It possibly be Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. It's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be a really tough game. At the Copa del Rey, Atletico Madrid absolutely battered Barcelona. We all know how Atletico Madrid will turn into in the Champions League games, so it's going to be a tough and it's pretty much really interesting ties. And Arsenal getting Bayer Leverkusen at round of 16, potentially getting Bodo Glimt or Sporting, then we know what we don't have to be worried until the semi-final. So yeah, it's a really interesting time. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinion in the comment down below. I'm really happy with this role. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, share, and this is all I can say. Now we have to do our job, and I'm done talking. Let's get to the action.